Welcome to everyone to a new Versus episode, and today we're going to be comparing the SA87 from Modern Warfare with the Vargo-S from Vanguard. Without further ado, let's go ahead and hop on right into TTK comparisons. So in terms of chest TTK, all Vargo-S builds beat the SA87 up until 37, 46, and 56 meters, as each magazine type falls off due to their inherent stats. They beat the SA87 by 24 milliseconds, and once they all drop off, the SA87 leads by 70 milliseconds. For stomach shots, the SA87 beats all Vargo builds by a minimum of 73 milliseconds, and depending on the way you build the SA87, you might lose about 4 meters to the 40 round Vargo build, but it depends on how you build it. For limb shots, we paint a very similar picture to stomach shots, with the SA87 leading by 73 milliseconds, and based on the build you run, then the 40 round Vargo build will take the lead for about 4 meters again, but this lead would be 127 milliseconds, which is quite an advantage, although a very specific situation to create. And for headshots, we do see some separation for all builds. However, the clear lead goes to the 60 round Vargo build, as it has a headshot damage increase, and although it gives the SA87 a TTK lead from 38 to 51 meters, once the SA87 drops, then the lead remains with the 60 round Vargo build with an 18 millisecond difference, which isn't too much, but a difference nonetheless. So for the Vargo-S 40 round build, we're going to be running the Mercury Silencer, Mizorian 414mm custom barrel, M1941 hand stop, 8mm Clouser 40 round mag, lengthened, stippled grip, fully loaded or on hand, vital because this is what gives you that very strong TTK, Mizorian custom SK2 stock, and whatever sight you prefer. For the Vargo-S 50 round build, we're going to be running the Mercury Silencer, the Mizorian 414mm custom barrel, M1941 hand stop, 6.5mm Sakura 50 round mag, lengthened, stipple grip, vital, on hand, or fully loaded, although I suggest on hand because of the 50 round giving a slower aim down sight, Mizorian custom SK2 stock, and whatever optic you prefer. Now for the Vargo-S 60 round build, we're going to be running the Mercury Silencer, Mizorian 414mm custom barrel, M1930 strife angled, the 7.62 by 54mm 60 round drum, lengthened, stippled grip, vital, on hand, Mizorian custom SK2, and whatever sight you prefer. Now this build is fantastic because it gives you the extra damage to chest with vital, and because of the magazine type, it gives you some extra headshot damage. However, it has the slowest bullet velocity out of all the builds, which is unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. And in regards to all the builds, you can change the Mercury for the MX and the underbarrel to whatever you like, because the recoil pattern is really very easy to control and you're not really getting much difference here. I just keep this for faster ADS in the case of the silencer, and this one was just personal preference based on the recoil testing that I did on the video up here if you want to look at a more in-depth breakdown of the Vargo-S. Now for the SA87 build, you can pretty much run the staple Modern Warfare long range builds, the monolithic suppressor, the longest barrel, the 25.4 inch factory, commando foregrip 60 round or 50 based on the mobility you would like, and whatever sight you prefer, and that's going to give you the recoil pattern you're looking at right here. However, you don't have to stick to this specific build because of the lower fire rate. You can actually drop the commando foregrip, for example, and run the tack laser. That's going to give you a quicker aim down sight speed, and it's going to give you the recoil pattern you're looking at right now. So it's a little bit more of a viable option for Rebirth Island and Fortune's Keep. Now, you could also even go as far as to drop the barrel, which this is going to bring your bullet velocity from 1,455 meters per second to 1,164 meters per second, which isn't too bad as it is. And so you can actually add something different here, maybe sleight of hand, and that's going to give you the following recoil pattern that you're looking at here. Now you do want to keep in mind a couple of things you don't want to do if you drop the barrel, which is, for example, run the commando foregrip, because if you do so, as you can see from this recoil pattern, it's going to cause this weird curvature. So you want to avoid this one if you're not running the barrel. And maybe something that is actually good here is the rubberized grip tape. You can run this and it's going to give you the following recoil pattern that doesn't cause that much of a curvature there. So you can mix and match a lot of these different options and get the optimized SA87 build. So let me know in the comment section which build you would like to run. But for me, my favorite is the longest barrel tack laser for any sort of map size, because then you can run the best bullet velocity, best ADS time, and then change up the magazine size for a little bit more mobility. So covering other relevant stats for long-range weaponry, in regards to fire rate, the Vargo-S 40, 50, and 60 pretty much take the lead with 619 rounds per minute. The SA87 really close here with 600 rounds per minute. Muzzle velocity, the Vargo-S 40 has the best one with 1,517.2 meters per second. In regards to ammo count, the SA87 it has the 60 round and the 50 round to work with, and then well, the Vargo-S has all the different magazine sizes as you wish. Reload time, the Vargo-S 40 build and the 60 build have the 3-second reload time. The SA87 with sleight of hand will come down to 2.3 seconds, which is fantastic if you're running that build we talked about for Fortune's Keep and Rebirth Island. The empty reload time is pretty much given to the 40 and the 60 Vargo-S builds. ADS time, the best one comes to the Vargo-S 60 build, which is fantastic, 281 milliseconds. Then drop time and raise time are all given to the Vargo-S, of course. Sprint to fire time is given to the SA87 with 250 milliseconds. And a surprising stat I wanted to mention here is that the SA87 has a strafing hip fire spread of 7.47, which if we go ahead and build this out with a Merc foregrip and 5mW laser, can bring it down to 4.55. And this is actually an awesome option to maybe run as sort of a hybrid mid to close and then long range build, but that might be something for another video. If you'd like to see that, make sure you comment that down below. So who's the winner in your opinion? Let me know in the comments below, as well as what your favorite class setup for the SA87 or the Vargo-S is. Make sure to let me know if there's another weapon you'd like to see a versus episode for. And in my opinion, I would say that today's episode is a tie, because I think both weapons have a lot of variety to each other, and you can build them in a lot of different ways to get the most out of this long range setup. So we've got more versus episodes on the way, so subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single one. Now, if you're wondering what the best assault rifle is between the Vargo 52 and the Volstrom-Gewehr, then go ahead and hold off to the end of the video so you can click on that right over there. But with nothing else left to say, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and through it all, I hope you always remember, Sauce Time Gaming.